kind of look like a spooky farm girl, but honestly, it's kind of the vibe I'm loving right now.
Hey, come here. You look like a music lover. Excuse me.
Hey y'all, it's me, Cecilia. Welcome back to my channel. We're not going to talk about how dirty my room is. I really don't feel like cleaning. But today I am here to do my bingo TBR. So pretty much, I guess, update. I'm probably not going to be doing monthly TBRs. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be calling them like my next 5. So pretty much my next 5 reads will be done through a bingo TBR because I can't decide what to read to save my life. And when I have to decide what to read, I don't read. So this is going to help me decide kind of what to read. And I'm going to be doing this every 5 books that I read. So it might be monthly, it might be sooner than monthly, it might be like every 3 months. You know, it's gonna vary. Every 5 books is pretty much. It's not gonna include manga or comics because I read those spontaneously. It won't include audiobooks because I read them spontaneously. And it's not gonna include like secret TBR books that I put on my channel. I guess a quick intro into this, in case you haven't seen any of my bingo TBRs, I have a whole TBR playlist. But pretty much what happens is that I'm going to be playing a live round of bingo with you. All the numbers, like the card has been randomly generated, and pretty much I'm going to keep playing until I get a bingo. And pretty much once I get a bingo, I'm going to do all the prompts for that. Each number 1 to 75 is associated with a different prompt. Oh, and there's a free space, but I will tell you guys what the free space is if I get it. Yes, that's pretty much it. I am going to play a live round of bingo with you guys and let's see what I get. Today's dauber, I don't know where the rest of my daubers are. I have like 5 or 6 of these, but today's is just the regular blue Daffy Duck because that's just how it be, you know? So let's start. It's so awkward doing this with no music or anything around. I hate it here. It's fine.
One eternity later.
Okay, I got a bingo. Whoa. So, I swear, I just kept daubing because I couldn't get a bingo to save my life. But if you can see, it's pretty much this row down, all of the ends. Let's go. And you guys get to see what the free space is. So that is exciting. Let's start with the top one. So first one is N34, which is read a book featuring powers. Ooh, featuring powers. So for this, I'm going to be reading Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This is the Phase and Gaze book club pick for October. I'm so excited to read this. I think I'm going to absolutely love this. But pretty much the vibe of what I got this is about. Pretty much we follow Yadriel. He's trying to prove himself as a brujo because his family doesn't accept his gender. And he and his sister pretty much do this Quince festival spell or ritual all by themselves, and they're trying to summon the ghost who murdered their cousin, but it didn't work like that. They actually summoned this one guy. What's his name? They actually summoned Julian, who is the kind of like resident bad boy of their town. And I heard there's like a little romance between them. I don't know. It just sounds really good. It's queer. There's trans rep in here. It's a male-male romance. I'm really excited about this book and I think I'm gonna really love it. So yeah. So next one we have is N45, which is read from a genre you haven't read much from this year. Ooh, what if I pick something that I've never read? Like a genre of book that I've never read before. I think that would be interesting. So I'm going to read a light novel. So if you don't know what the light novel is, a light novel is pretty much a perfect mix of a manga and a novel. It has a story that you would get from a manga, but written like a novel. So this one is based off an anime that I love to death. And it was on sale one day. Whoa. I just broke my neck. This is what you get for buying stuff on clearance. I'm just going to wrap it around over here and we'll just pretend that didn't happen. But pretty much I love this anime and I saw that the first volume of the light novel was like $1.99. So I was like, you know what? Let me buy it. Let me pick it up. So I'm going to be reading My Next Life as a Villainess. Pretty much this is every bisexual and pansexual's like this is for you. Now, this is an isekai story, which pretty much means that someone from our world gets transported into a fantasy world, which is extremely popular in specifically in the light novel sphere, but also in anime and manga. But pretty much we follow Katrina. She gets reincarnated into her favorite otome game, which is, you know, is like those games that you play where it's like a bunch of love interest and you try to figure out, like, you try to fall in love with one of the love interests, right? But she gets reincarnated as the villain, who in pretty much every single route, she's destined for failure. Like, she's going to either get killed or exiled. And she realizes this when she got reincarnated, and she was like, I'm not about to have that happen. So she tries with everything in her might to make sure that she doesn't get in these situations. And accidentally has all of the love interests, plus like all the love interests, male and female, fall in love with her. I love the anime, so if you're more of an anime person, I would highly suggest the anime. But I'm gonna try the light novel. I've never read a light novel before. Maybe I'll do a vlog of like me reading my first light novel. I think that would be interesting. But I'm so excited to read this. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna absolutely love this. So that's good. I'm gonna leave the free space for last because you'll understand when I get to there, but I'll leave that one for last. So then I have N37, which is read an underhyped book. So for me, I categorize an underhyped book as a book less than 10,000 ratings on Goodreads, which I know some people wouldn't say that, but I personally think so. Really in the mood for kind of spookiness. Cemetery Boys will totally fulfill that, but I want more. I think I have a horror that is, yes. Okay, I'm so excited. So for an underhyped book, I'm gonna be reading The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones, which kind of perfectly goes with my outfit. Like the vibes. But this is, I'm so excited to read this book. I bought it brand new, which I don't do very often other than Cemetery Boys. We don't talk about that. But I'm really excited to read about this book. So this is from an indigenous author. And I know Brody from Et Tu Brody loves this book. They love this book so much. And so I was like, well, if Brody loves it, I have to try it. Brody has great taste. You also go subscribe to Brody. I will leave their channel down below, but I don't really know much about this other than it's adult horror. I know that people say, or at least it says in here, it's from the Jordan Peele of horror literature. So it's kind of giving me the vibe that I know. So pretty much it follows 4 Native American men, and they all had something tragic happen in their lives. I think it's like a joint event that they all experienced, and they're now adults and they're trying to experience it. I don't really know much about this, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited to read this book. So yes, that's where you got. Yes. So next I have is N33, which is read a book with a blue cover or blue on the cover. A blue cover or blue on the cover? Kindle, give me guidance. Okay, so I have a book on my Kindle that might work. It kind of gives me spooky fantasy vibes. Also realize I'm currently reading 2 blue books, but I didn't want to put any of my currently reading books on this TBR because that's cheating, you know? Okay, so for this, I'm gonna be reading Light by Adrian Wood. This to me, the vibe I'm getting from this, it seems like it's a Sandman, not a Sandman retelling, but it has the Sandman as a being in this world, which sounds really interesting. It's going to deal a lot with dreams. And I don't know, the Sandman is just such an interesting concept. So I think it'll be really interesting to see how they do it in this book. It just says it's a YA paranormal fantasy. So pretty much we follow our main character Chastity, and she finds out that she is a dreamcaster who, I don't know what that is. It doesn't really explain in the synopsis, but she's a dreamcaster. So I think she's pretty much like the Sandman, but there's like a whole race of them, and that's like her race of being. And so she goes to Rivera, which is like the place, the world or the realm of dreams. And that's all I know. But I think this sounds really interesting, and I would love to read this. Also, the cover is gorgeous. I feel like a lot of indie books just have ugly ass covers, but this cover, it has a 4.2 rating with like 759 ratings. So, you know, I'm down. I think it'll be fun. Now, I told you I was leaving the free space till the end. So pretty much the free space means is that you guys get to pick what I read. I'm going to give you 4 options for books, and you guys comment down below which one you would like to see me read. Only one vote per person. And probably after a week, I will check and see which one has the most amount of which book has the most amount of comments, and I'll read that one. So I'm going to show you guys 4 books. I'm going to give you 2 that I physically own and 2 that I have either on my Kindle or I can get through the Libby app. And yeah, let me go assemble those because I didn't assemble them beforehand because I'm dumb. Okay, I'm back. I chose a couple books that I thought would be perfect for this. So I'll go through the physical ones and then the digital. So first one I have is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. This is a YA horror book. It's kind of more on that, I guess, weird spectrum. And I know it's sapphic. There's kind of like a pandemic. They're in quarantine because there is this disease that is killing the adults and turning the girls into these not mutants, but they're like changing their body. Like some got extra arms, some have like these weird things, like extra eyes. Like they're like mutating their body. And it's started happening on this one at this girls' school on this island. So they're pretty much quarantined off the island to make sure it doesn't spread off the island. And that's really all I know about it. I've heard mixed things about it, but I feel like this is something, since I really enjoyed weird books, I think I'll really love this. So yeah. Okay, the other book I have physically is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. This is the oldest book on my TBR. It's been on my TBR since 2017 when I went and met the author. I bought the book, got it signed by her, and yeah. Also, this book also goes with my outfit. Look at me. I love it. But pretty much all I know is that this is a YA fantasy. It's more of like a heist story, and it follows 5 characters. I know of Kaz Brecker. That's all I know. That's all I know. And I really don't know much about it other than it's a heist and there's Kaz Brecker in it. I've seen the fan art. The fan art is beautiful. So I don't know. I feel like it's time for me to finally read this book, and I feel like it goes with my outfit. I feel like the world is telling me to finally read it. So that's that. Now, the other 2 picks I have is The Year of the Witching by Alexis Henderson. I believe this is also an adult fantasy horror book. It takes place in like Puritan England. It's really giving me the witch vibes. If you guys have seen that horror movie, it's my favorite horror movie. I love that movie to fucking death. Love it. But it's kind of giving me those vibes, and I don't really know much about it other than that. Adult horror, and I've heard really good things about this book, so that's really all I know for that. The other one, sticking with the kind of adult horror theme I have, is the Southern Book Club's Guide for Hunting Vampires by Grady Hendrix. All I know is that I believe that there is a book club. It says Fried Green Tomatoes and Steel Magnolias meets Dracula. I haven't read the first 2 or heard of the first 2 really, but Meet Dracula, I love Dracula. But all I know is that there's vampires in this, and it takes place in Charleston. I literally know nothing else about it, but it looks so good, and I've heard really good things about it as well. So hence why it's on this list. But yes, leave me down below which one of those 4 books I should read. 2 books I have physically, and then you guys saw the ones I have digitally. But let me know what you guys are going to be reading next, or what you guys are currently reading. Today's emoji, let's do a skull emoji for my little skull earrings. But yeah, I think that's it for today, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in another video. Peace.
Hey, come here. You look like a music lover.